Hey folks, it's Nate. Thanks for joining me once again as we look to the horizon. And I am back with your weekly writing vlog. It's been pretty unremarkable this week. I have done a lot of writing, but only for projects that I've discussed here in the past. I am almost done with The Gospel According to Earth. Looking forward to having the last chapter of that written, if not necessarily posted. I have also looked at putting out another short story for the Iron Age media prompt competitions. Right now, I have that about halfway done, I think. And then I have not actually received any updates from my artist on the cover for Burning Bright, although I have sent him a update request on that. So hopefully I will hear something this weekend. So that's what I've got as far as things that are currently in process. I am looking at things that I want to write essays on at the beginning of next year, because that's, if you're new or if you don't follow my blog, generally what I do is I release a fiction project over the course of however long it takes to put that out. And then in between projects, I will do a month to 2 months of general essays, usually reviewing stuff that has really caught my attention, expounding on subjects related to writing or storytelling that I think are interesting and important, and generally just airing my own philosophy on the art of creation. It is an important part of writing, I think. It is part of what helps you organize your thoughts and the things you've learned. You can learn a lesson and then forget it if you don't take pains to integrate it into your thought process. And part of the way you do that as a creator, I think, is sharing those lessons with others. They say that one of the best ways to learn something is to teach it, and that is one of the things that I try to do, at least in some of these essays that I write. So I'm starting to scribble down subjects that I think would be would serve for good essays, interesting things to read on that subject. I don't have as many as I wanted to do in this one. I keep talking about doing a series on collaboration. In fact, it was one of my New Year's resolutions for this year. It's such a difficult topic to shrink down to one post. I don't know if I will ever. I don't know what the best way to approach writing them is, because I think it would be a series of posts, probably 6 or 8 in a row. Now, in the past, when I had more free time, my blog updated 3 days a week, and only one of those days was a fiction project, so I had plenty of time to explore other topics during the rest of the week. And when I did some of the really big series that I wrote on my blog, things like Generally Speaking, where I examined genres and what they implied, and you know, what it meant to try and write in a genre, or when I did The Art of Evil, which looked at the construction of good villain characters as I understood it, that was when I was publishing 3 times a week, and I could, you know, do one of those posts every week and still push forward with a fiction project. I think if I were to write this series on collaboration, it would mean taking maybe as much as 3 months off of fiction projects on the blog. Now, on the one hand, that may not be so bad. Honestly, writing essays is easier than writing fiction, even if they are on a big topic. You know, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth there and try and write a 8 to 10 part series on collaboration and then discover it's as challenging or more challenging than writing fiction. It may prove to be that, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't done that. But assuming it was as simple as writing other essays, focusing on that would give me more time to work on fiction projects in the background for some of these other publishing venues that kind of do excite me right now. That said, again, I'm not sure that this would actually be any simpler than writing fiction and would actually free up time to work on other stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't done it that way. we'll see. I don't know. I'm still sorting out ideas. If you follow some of my other videos, you've probably seen me talking about collaboration in very broad strokes in those. I would want to get a little deeper into the process in the essays because I think that's what essays are really good for. So I don't know if that will be part of my next series of essays. Right now I'm leaning towards no, just because I would want to put it all out fairly quickly, one post a week, and I just don't have things worked out enough on that front. I do have a bunch of other topics that are interesting me. I will probably do an essay on AI and storytelling at some point in the very near future. Fascinating subject that I think people are both hand-wringing too much about and, promising the moon on. Some people think AIs will be telling all our stories in the near future. Some people think they'll be telling all our stories in the near future and we'll all be out of jobs. I don't find either of those very likely, and I will probably do an essay on why that is. So some basic stuff like that. I've been reading the Cameron Winter series from Andrew Klavan, which I think is a fascinating take on the crime genre. It was really actually refreshing, and I'll talk more about why I found it that way. But as someone who has been kind of up to here in procedural kinds of stories, I found Cameron Winter to be a refreshing new take on the crime genre. So there is that. I can't think of any other topics that I right off the top of my head. I don't actually have my list here. Probably should have grabbed it. But I think there will be some good stuff coming up there. Probably about 5, maybe 6 essays in total after the beginning of the new year, before I kick off another fiction project. That will, in all likelihood, be another Roy Harper story, because that's what I have ready to go. And I will probably also publish some cleaned up and edited short stories that I have been entering for the Iron Age Media competitions. If you're interested in reading the rough versions of those, you can see them on my locals page, which is always linked in the description below. So if you want to go check those out, you are welcome to do it. That's really about all I've got for you today. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. There's a like button and a subscribe button down there. You can use those as you see fit, and I'll talk to you later.